Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nurul I'zzati binti Zakaria.
Hi, my name is Nurzafirah binti Abdul Khalid.
Hi everyone, my name is Farra, Aryshah binti Faizal.
Hi, I am Nurul I'zzati binti Sabran.
Hi, I'm Nur Farisha Binti Yahya.
In this video, we will talk about background, significant work, writing activities, recognition, and contribution to mankind.
So today, my friends and I will talk about a book figure and book reformist, which is Zaky Yacob. Do you guys know who is Zaky Yacob? Have you ever heard his name before? If ever, you must be someone who really loves to read, right? Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about his background. Among some people, mentioning the name of Datuk Haji Yusoff Zaky bin Haji Yacob will probably be more associated with his role as the founder of Pustaka Dian, the founder of Dian Diage's magazine, as well as the founder of Kota Baru Weekly. Apart from that, people may know Yusoff Zaky Yacob better as one of the people in Kelantan who has also played a role in the Kelantan State Public Service Commission. Yusoff Zaky bin Haji Yacob was born in Kota Baru, Kelantan on 13 June 1928 from a family of scholars. His father, Tuan Guru Haji Yacob, was one of the most respected teachers at the time. His education was initially received at the religious school in Kota Baru, then to Jamia Ismaili Arabic School in Kota Baru, which was the only most systematic boarding school. With the basic education he received in the Arabic schools, by himself he gained the ability to master the Arabic language well from his adolescence. What's more, during his studies at home, he was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to learn from educators, thus the most famous scholar in Kelantan. On the advice of his teachers and good friends, he then left for Egypt by the sea. In Egypt, Yusoff Zaky sought and later secured a place at the American University at Cairo, also known as AUC, the most prestigious university in Egypt. For 6 years, Yusoff Zaky was in Egypt, especially at the AUC. The opportunity to associate with Egyptian students and students studying around the world at AUC was best used by Yusoff Zaky to expand his original interest in the Yusoff Zaky Yacob's early involvement with the book publishing is quite interesting. On his return from Egypt, he wrote a psychological book entitled Psychology Remaja. The Jawi manuscript of the book was brought to various publications, but none of them publishers in Kelantan at that time wanted to publish it on the ground that such book would not sell in the market compared to pure religious education books or literary books, though Yusoff Zaky himself is very confident that such book can attract buyers. So without despair, he finally tried his own publication. With a capital of 500 ringgit, he hired a printer in Kota Baru to print the book Think Psychology, and he himself later marketed it through, as he thought, the book was well marketed. And starting from that then began the history of a new publication in Kelantan. Apart from being a scholar, Yusoff Zaky is also a teacher and historian. In addition to being a great preacher, Yusoff Zaky is also a lover of linguistics, and all those aspects he proved by the results of his work. That is how Yusoff Zaky Yacob, who throughout his life has been awarded various honorary titles, was also awarded several honorary degrees, but always live as a
Yusoff Zaky bin Haji Yacob was in Arab Jami Ismaili School in Kota Baru. He has shown a deep interest in the field of writing, especially on the writing of religious papers, as well as the writing of literature. The significance of his works, mostly writing in the area of education psychology from the perspective of Islam. As Yusoff Zaky Yacob often became a translator and subtitle writer for Egyptian films that were screened in Malaysia and Indonesia, his significance of work also related to translation, especially regarding the translation of religious books. Among his works that led to psychological writing and also famous at that time were such as Psikologi Remaja, which is in 1956, Dari Rahim ke Dunia in 1957, Rahsia Kebahagiaan Manusia yang Sempurna in 1958, Air Mata Abdi, Psikologi Kanak-kanak in 1960, Ilmu Jiwa in the next year, Psikologi Takut in 1971, and Mencari Kejernihan Jiwa in 1988. Based on those books, reader can complete various complex mental and emotional problems, and as a source of inspirations as well as role models for the success of life in this world and the hereafter. Other than that, his work is very valuable, especially in the form of scientific writing. Among his most prominent works is the translations of Tafsir fi Zilalil Quran, which carries the meaning di bawah bayangan Al-Quran. The way the translation is made is so meticulous and accurate, even though Tafsir fi Zilalil Al-Quran is considered to be hardest book of commentary, and some even describe it as extreme and hard to be translated. Other than that, Yusoff Zaky Yacob also started the project of publishing a monthly magazine patent digest. The name of the magazine was Magazine Dian Digest, which is the only Malay digest magazine at that time. This magazine is also a magazine that belongs to the most influential and quality of Malay magazines on that time.
Writing activities. Yusoff Zaky Yacob. Indeed, Yusoff Zaky Yacob was a master, a thinker, and at the same time a proponent of the movement of universal thinking by following a fairly Islamic approach. He was a literary activist and a preacher at the same time. Yusoff Zaky Yacob shows his profound interest in the field of literature, including writing religious and literary articles during his studies at Jamis College. He produced a variety of essays and prose and poetry, some of which were written and published in different publications. Hikmah magazine, which was published in the early 20th century in Kota Baru, is one of the magazines that once contained the writing of Yusoff Zaky Yacob. He actually won a poetry contest translated from Arabic to Malay, organized in Singapore by a cinema owned by an Arab merchant. Here are examples of Hikmah magazine. Yusoff Zaky spent 6 years in Egypt, especially at the AUC. Yusoff Zaky was better able to communicate with Egyptian students and students around the world studying at AUC to broaden his original interest in the field of literature. Yusoff Zaky is able to deepen his knowledge of literature in addition to other sciences through wider reading, especially in Arabic and English. Publishing. Yusoff Zaky started the project of publishing a monthly magazine pattern digest, realizing that the book publishing company can support the group or can be a corporate figure for those interested in that direction, simultaneously with the effort to publish the books. The most legitimate source for acquiring Malay readers' awareness is Dayan magazine. Dayan also published foreign political articles, often in the form of quotes from Arabic publications, in addition to publishing Yusoff Zaky's own writings on psychology. For lovers of modern Malay literature, particularly the owner of Dayan magazine, the source for reading the short stories of the most spectacular stories in the world, both written by the authors of the Arab world and even written by the authors from Europe, America, China, and Japan. That is how Yusoff Zaky Yacob is expressed his devotion to every effort. In Kelantan, Pustaka Dian has emerged as the most prominent publisher. Very proud, the way the translation made by Yusoff Zaky to Fi Zalilil Quran is so meticulous, not only in terms of diction, but also in terms of accuracy. Although the interpretation for Fi Zalil Quran is considered to be the hardship book of tafsir.
Datuk Yusoff Zaky Yacob's contribution in the field of writing has made him eligible for the award. The valuable knowledge managed to leave behind by the diligent work of the Datuk Yusoff Zaky Yacob, an Islamic media practitioner, was recognized as the recipient of the Islamic Media Premier Award at the 3rd Malaysian Islamic Media Awards ceremony, IMA. The event was attended at the Putrajaya International Convention Centre, PICC, on Sunday to celebrate the birth of Datuk Yusoff Zaky Yacob in order to successfully translate the work of Sayyid Qutb entitled Fi Zilal Quran into English by 17 volumes named under the shade of the Quran. The Prime Minister's Media Award was given to the eldest son of late Yusoff, Nasir Zihni, by the Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Jamil Her Bahrum. In addition to the trophy, the recipients of the Islamic Media Award brought home 10,000 ringgit in cash, a set of Fi Zilal Al-Quran books priced at 3,000, and a certificate. Datuk Yusoff Zaky Yacob's success in the field of writing and translation has qualified him for this award. Looking at his success, this award has also shown that he is a figure to be used as an example. His son also said in receiving the award that, "On behalf of the family, I would like to thank you for choosing our father as the recipient of the Islamic Media Premier Award. Hopefully his efforts and contributions will be accepted as charitable deeds with lasting rewards," he said.
Contribution to mankind.
Firstly, the importance of reading. Reading is sources of knowledge. As Dr. Seuss said, the more you read, the more you will know, the more that you learn, and the more place you will go. Next, reading helps to expand the mind and give us more ideas. Reading has been proven to keep our mind healthy and sharp, with the study showing that reading can even help prevent Alzheimer's disease. Reading is important as it is allowed for creative thinking. Reading helps in getting creative side of your brain thinking, unlike television that really does not use much creative brain power. Yusoff Zaky Yacob, in one of his work, has shown us the importance of mental health. In other words, his contribution is spreading the awareness on the importance of mental health. Mental health awareness increases the chances for early intervention, which can result in fast recovery. Awareness reduces negative adjective that has been said to describe our people with a mental illness. By raising awareness, mental health can now be seen as an illness. This illness can be managed by treatment. We should not isolate mental illness from the physical health condition such as diabetes, blood pressure, or cancer.